If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. The Golden State Warriors. Once the most feared dynasty in the NBA. A team that redefined how basketball is played. A franchise led by a 6'2" point guard with the heart of a giant. But now, as the league shifts, as time catches up, and as rosters evolve, everyone is asking one single question: will the Warriors rise again? Or is this the beginning of the end? Ladies and gentlemen, we may be witnessing the final chapter of one of the greatest NBA stories ever told. Stephen Curry, the face of the Warriors, the baby-faced assassin, the man who changed the geometry of basketball. He's now 36 years old. Still elite. Still dangerous. Still leading. But for how much longer? Is this Steph Curry's last dance with the Warriors as contenders? Or is a new era quietly forming, one that could carry the franchise into the next decade? What we're seeing right now is a team at a crossroads, and it's one of the most critical off-seasons in Golden State's history. Every move they make from this point forward will answer that question: is it time to go all in for one last run with Curry? Or start building something entirely new? Let's start with the facts. The Warriors were eliminated early in the 2024 playoffs. Inconsistent rotations, defensive lapses, offensive struggles. When Steph was off the court, it was clear this team was no longer the same juggernaut we once feared. Draymond Green missed time. Klay Thompson showed flashes, but the consistency wasn't there. Young players like Kuminga and Moody had breakout moments but weren't given full trust. Meanwhile, Steph? Still playing like a top 5 player in the league. Still dropping 30 points on elite defenses. Still carrying the Warriors when no one else could. And that's where the heartbreak begins, because no one wants to waste the twilight of this man's legendary career. But here's the dilemma: the league has caught up. Teams are younger, deeper, more athletic. And for the first time in nearly a decade, the Warriors look like the ones playing catch-up. So what happens next? According to sources close to the front office, everything is on the table. The Warriors are considering major trades, including potentially moving Jonathan Kuminga or Andrew Wiggins to bring in a second star. They're looking at veteran role players who can help now, not projects for the future. And they're monitoring the free agent market to give Curry the help he needs. But there's another, more delicate conversation happening behind the scenes. Is this Steph Curry's last run? Not last season, but last run as the center of a championship contender. Because while Curry still has game, the team around him isn't what it used to be. Gone are the days when Andre Iguodala and Shaun Livingston stabilized the second unit. Gone are the nights where strength in numbers felt unstoppable. Now it's about patchwork. Hope. Relying on minimum contracts and G League call UPS. And that's not enough. Curry is doing his part. But he needs help. He needs structure. He needs urgency. And that's exactly what this offseason must deliver. But here's the twist: while some believe this is the last chapter, others believe this might actually be the beginning of a new book, the Warriors' second era. One where young talents take over, where a new system is built, and where Curry slowly transitions into a mentor while still being deadly on the court. It's not impossible. Look at players like Kuminga. He has superstar potential. Lively legs, lockdown defense, explosive first steps. Moses Moody? He's developing into a solid 3-and-D player. And Brandon Podziemski, he's drawing comparisons to a young Manu Ginobili for his energy and creativity. The pieces are there. The question is, will they be allowed to lead? Because here's the thing, the Warriors have clung tightly to the core of Steph, Klay, and Draymond. And understandably so. They brought 4 rings to the Bay. They transformed a franchise. They built a global brand. But Father Time is undefeated. And the longer the team waits to hand the reins to the younger generation, the steeper the drop-off could be. If this is Curry's last dance, the front office must go all in. Trade picks. Trade youth. Build the best possible win-now team around Steph, and give him one final shot to bring another title to San Francisco. But if it's not the last dance, if this is the pivot point into a new era, then it's time to give Kuminga, Podziemski, and Moody real minutes, real responsibility, and let Steph lead with wisdom, not just buckets. So which path do you choose? Let's say the Warriors chase one last title. That means aggressively pursuing players like Pascal Siakam, Zach LaVine, or even revisiting a shocking trade for Kevin Durant. It means offloading Wiggins, possibly moving Kuminga, and stacking the deck around Curry. That's the gamble. It's high risk, high reward. But if it works, Steph retires on top. But let's say they go the other direction, they embrace the youth, start grooming the next leader. That means reshaping the offense. That means minutes for the young guys, real growth for the future. Steph would still be elite, still dropping 25 a night, but the focus wouldn't be on just chasing rings. It would be about sustainability. Either path requires clarity. What they can't afford is staying in the middle, playing both sides. That's what led to this messy season: uncertain rotations, unclear leadership hierarchy, inconsistent results. So far, all signs suggest Steph wants to win now. And who can blame him? He's still in shape. Still lighting up arenas. Still the engine of this franchise. But he also knows the clock is ticking. Every possession counts more now. Every missed opportunity stings a little deeper. Behind the scenes, we know Steph has been involved in talks with the front office. He's made it clear, he's committed, but he wants a plan. Not confusion. Not chaos. A plan. Whether that's a reloaded veteran roster or a youth movement with structure, something has to shift. And then there's the fans. Dub Nation. They've ridden every wave from "We Believe" to 73-9, from KD's exit to the return to glory in 2022. They believe in Curry. But they also believe in what's next. The fanbase is ready for direction whichever path the team takes. They want purpose. Will the Warriors give it to them? Right now, reports say Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the front office are listening to all offers. They're exploring sign and trade possibilities. They're evaluating the draft. They're having internal discussions about Steve Kerr's future beyond his current contract. Because this moment, this very offseason, is bigger than just one player. It's the identity of the franchise being redefined. Are they still the dynasty? Or are they something new? That's the question every Warriors fan is asking right now. And every move Golden State makes in the coming months will shape that answer. So here's what you need to watch for. Does Klay Thompson resign? If not, does that open the door for a full rebuild? Is Kuminga traded, or finally unleashed as a full-time starter? Do the Warriors go after a big-name free agent, or use their exceptions to build depth? And most importantly, how involved is Steph in all of it? Because let's be honest. As long as Stephen Curry is in uniform, the window is still cracked open. And with the right supporting cast, the Warriors could surprise everyone.